Is it possible for one nation to perfect the art of railway construction to the point where it is sought out by others for assistance in this field? Take a stab at identifying the nation that boasts the world's most advanced rail network. You might be thinking of the United States, but believe us when we say that this is in no way relevant to the topic at hand. There is no doubt that we are discussing China. In the past half-century, China has emerged as the nation with the fastest-growing economy in the world. The enormous construction projects that China is working on are common knowledge at this point. On the other hand, when Chinese development spreads to other countries, the world is often caught off guard. Before we go on, subscribe to this channel to watch about the most shocking and amazing world projects. Ready? Let's begin. China devised a brilliant strategy, which was to construct megaprojects that would attract the attention of other nations. When other nations learn about what China has accomplished, they often try to replicate its successes, but quickly realize that they lack the resources to carry out the construction on their own. They have no choice but to refer to China as their country because they have no other option. After observing the extensive network of high-speed railway China constructed throughout the country, Nigeria made this decision. But what exactly is this project that's going to cost $20 billion? Many years ago, roughly half a century ago, China started building high-speed railways across the entirety of the country. There was no significant difference between the level of development in China and Nigeria today. Even China did not have access to Nigeria's abundant natural resources, which included oil and various metals. But China was raised as the fastest-growing country, making its economy more powerful and getting military equivalents. Because of this, countries that have not yet reached their full potential look to China as a model to follow. It stands to reason that countries have a more positive attitude toward China than they do toward the United States. It seems more likely that China will be a trustworthy and devoted partner to the countries with which it cooperates. However, thoughts of exploitation and abuse come to mind when developing nations consider the United States and other Western nations. This is as a result of the oppression and exploitation that Western nations have shown toward these countries in the course of their history. When this was announced, the Nigerian Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Ameki, stated that the China Railway Construction Corporation would begin renovating the Nigerian construction back in time. The entire world was taken aback by the news. According to officials from Nigeria, two countries had previously committed to beginning the construction of a railway with a value of $20 billion. The financing for the construction of the railway will be offered by the Chinese banks. The construction of a railway line that spans the entirety of the country will be a significant undertaking. This project will involve the construction of two separate railway lines. The first will run between Lagos and Calabar, and the second will run between Lagos and Kano. The cost of constructing a railway between Lagos and Calabar is estimated to be $11.1 billion, while the cost of constructing a railway between Lagos and Kano is estimated to be $8.3 billion. To get an idea of how massive this undertaking is, consider the fact that the length of the proposed rail line between Lagos and Kano would be 1315 kilometers, while the distance between Lagos and Calabar would be 1,400 kilometers. When we add up all of the distance that the railway will travel, we get approximately 2,700 kilometers, which is enough to circle the entire nation. Nigeria had the goal of bringing some significant projects to its population. The Nigerian government recognized that transportation was the primary bottleneck to economic growth and consequently prioritized the construction of a railway network. It would appear that Nigeria is looking to model its government after the Chinese system. It has the goal of moving its people out of the countryside and into the cities, where they will be encouraged to participate in the economy. It is important to be aware of the fact that China is not only constructing railway routes for the trains, but that it is also providing trains to Nigeria at this time. After the construction of the railway roads, China will supply Nigeria with innovative, cutting-edge trains using their own manufacturing facilities. Not only will China be able to increase its revenue as a result of this, but Nigeria will also be able to purchase trains at more reasonable prices. When this project is finally finished, Nigeria will have a sophisticated railway network that spans the entirety of the country. Trains will be accessible to every Nigerian, allowing people to travel to their destinations more quickly than ever before. In earlier times, when people did not have reliable transportation means, slow movement was one of the primary factors that limited the expansion of the economy. However, this is not the conclusion. The Nigerian railway that is being constructed with assistance from China will provide significant benefits to both countries, and it already is doing so. It should not be understated to say that the invitation extended to China to construct a railway network in Nigeria was nothing short of a triumph. China was given the opportunity to market its finished goods, cutting-edge technology, and services in international markets. This became the driving force behind economic activity in China, which in turn boosted the production of trains. The Chinese government allotted $100 billion for the country's railway industry. In addition to that, this massive project has resulted in the creation of over 200,000 jobs for people in both Nigeria and China. However, what exactly does this project entail? This mega project that China is currently constructing in Nigeria is not being done there solely because of the economic activity in Nigeria. It is important to note that the train tracks that are currently being built are designed for the older, more conventional trains that were used in the British era. If they were for high-speed or bullet trains, then their use would be restricted to just modern and sophisticated trains. However, these are not those types of trains, and that ends up being to Nigeria's advantage in the long run. Due to the country's abundance of natural resources such as oil, natural gas, iron ore, tin, coal, lead, and zinc, it is necessary for Nigeria to have a comprehensive transportation network. In addition, that channel will be provided by this comprehensive rail network. It would suffice for Nigeria to have heavy trains transport those natural minerals. Other than that, nothing else is required. The railway line that is 2,700 kilometers long will provide Nigeria with the opportunity that it seeks. Not only that, but in addition to that, China is able to consider potential joint ventures with Nigeria. It is important to note that the completion of this project is not the goal, but rather a tool for continued collaboration. Because China is an industrial nation, it requires a significant quantity of raw materials, which it is able to obtain from Nigeria. Oil, natural gas, iron ore, zinc, and lead are likely to be the natural resources that China is most interested in purchasing from Nigeria because of their high value. At the same time, Nigeria will require the assistance of another nation in its mining endeavors. The country of Nigeria does not possess the most cutting-edge technology necessary to mine and extract the minerals. Since China has assisted Nigeria in the construction of a vast railway network, Nigeria is likely to extend an invitation to China to acquire mining rights. At the moment, China purchases approximately 80% of all of the minerals that are extracted in Nigeria. Gold is one of these minerals, which highlights the fact that China is keeping a close eye on the mineral market. However, Nigeria is aware that China will not attempt to exploit Nigerian minerals in any way and will not seek to dominate the mines. It's possible that Nigeria will want to collaborate with China in the future regarding the mining industry because of this reason. It is possible that it will offer China mining rights, which would strengthen the cooperation that is currently going on between the two countries. In this manner, Nigeria has the potential to bring about the revolution that China began. What are your thoughts? Will China become a country that is known for constructing amazing projects in other countries? It is possible for it to bring in hundreds of billions of dollars if it does so and adopts it as an option for generating revenue in the future. Leave your comments in the comment section below. When it comes to the construction of mega projects, can any other country compete with China? Thanks for watching. Click on this video to watch about another shocking project.